Welcome back, everyone, and hello, it's David, aka Faramir4731. We're doing that Finland thing again, and it's going to be me playing as Prussia. And I can't really remember too much about this game, um, but we shall get it started. I think Rock is in front of me playing as America, if memory serves, and I can't really remember any of the other players. So, yeah, we're just going to go ahead and speed up, and we're going to see how this battle goes. And get this thing started. Good old Prussian soldiers, they're looking sharp. Looking real sharp. Got my second Hussars, one of my favorite units. They're looking sweet. They're one of the speediest cav on the map, or in the game. And over here I've got some regular Hussars that I've got hidden in the trees over here. And yeah, the battle still hadn't started. Let's see here. America's looking sweet too. All these sweet uniforms. Alright. Hopefully this gets started here in just a second. Okay, here we go. Okay, so our opponents are going to be playing as France. Person in the front top is taking the center position. The top flank position is going to be the rear player. And so the two center players are in the center. Sorry, the two center players in the front and the two outer players on the flank, which is a little different because usually it's the people up front are taking the flank. On ours, we did one player took the middle and one player took the flank. Our other flank is going to be Prussia, and they are going to be pushing up further, just like the Ottoman player is. So we can zoom down here. He's got his light goons, and they're going to be coming up to try to take strategic positions, as well as the American player in the center. He's going to be moving up to hold some of these spots with him so that they can move up and try to secure this tree line down here, as that's one of the major objectives in this game. The American player is securing this choke point, as the French player is securing this choke point with a light infantry rifleman. They're going to be laying stakes right here, I'm sure. And over here, yep, our player has, which I believe it is Rock, and he's taken to the trees on the hill with his cav to set up for his other units coming up. And you can see the troop movements right here as I move up to take the center, and he moves over to take the flank. Okay, so our opponents have already taken the tree line, so they have all of this tree line. That's why a lot of people like playing as that side, because it is an extremely defensive position. Easy to take because you also have, if you do take this tree line, there's another tree line that they can fall back to, and yeah. So they are pushing out here with the cav, and it looks like they're going to get shredded up pretty good. It's a very unwise move. They're just getting lit up by these American long rifles. You can see the horses dead on the field. Sweet long riflemen taking them down. They do get a volley off, however, but they only take down 9 men. Now they're going to be charging through, but they stopped. They should have followed through with that. They already took a beating on their men. Oh, it looks like they are going to follow through, but they are going to be getting opened up. So that stop where he paused cost him dearly there. and he could have probably killed a few more. He got him down to a little bit there. Now he's coming up with a long rifle right here, and he's charging in, and he did do some fairly good damage to our longs over here. So yeah, that's not looking good for the long game, but they did expend all their cav. So now here my opponent is going to be coming up with all his riflemen on this one flank, and I am going to be taking this little grove of trees, and I'm going to be flipping my troops to line up to shoot this first rifleman coming up, and I'm going to flip this guy around, I believe, to shoot those cav up in the trees. I pull out of that, use the trees for protection. Okay, so here, after it's all said and done, that American player lost, on the other side, lost all 4 cav units of light dragoons. The max in this was 4 light dragoons, and he just lost all of them. Now, his Minutemen here in the trees are taking some shots, but they're missing. They're hitting the hills on the long rifles, but it did push his long rifles back. Now they're just taking free shots, getting some free kills there. But he, let's see. Okay. So this is where I'm going to be rolling my light over to start shooting up this cav to help my ally. He has the hill line, and here with this spot of the 2 sides, I think this side is probably the easier to hold in defense, but people love this hill, taking the hill. I just don't see what's so big about the hill. I just assume avoid the hill. Now the presence of my lights over here is going to get his cav to shift back, but he's going to bring his lights to do battle, so I'm going to be outnumbered in the light category, and the French player is looking like they are going to make an assault on my position. Now I brought more cav in this match, and I did it just to try a different build to see how it would work. So I brought quite a few melee cav, and it, I'm starting to remember a little bit more about this match, and I think it did kind of varied results. So on that cav charge they did, he lost all of his cav, but he did take that light down to under full strength, and that one almost to half strength. I'm sorry, under full strength, under half strength, and that one is close to it. So he is going to have the better deal in that match. And in this game there was no artillery. Okay, so I did get the chance to double up my lights against one of his. He's got his other lights in the back coming up, but I took one of them down to 10 on the first volley, which isn't that great, to be honest. Now I did lay some stakes here, as well as they laid stakes up there. Now he opens up on me with 1 unit, takes me down to 3, and I'm going to take this line unit right here to put pressure on that light unit to make him pull out. Now I lost 7, so I mean that's pathetic when you consider I had 2 lights open up on him and I only killed 10, and he took me down 7. That's sad. Okay, so my guys are now, after losing 15 men from his light unit there, it kept his other light from coming up to support, and that is a big win for me. Now I lost 2 on that volley, so now, let's see, yeah, still just 2. Okay, now I got my other light coming over for support, and let's see, he's going to go ahead and pull out of that before I get a volley from my line. They were just getting ready. So that's win for me, as I now am opening up and I'm able to hit some of the guys in the back. So now I took him down 11 men on that first volley, which is great. I'm getting some extra kills. So in the light battle, I am ahead, doing pretty good. He's going to make an advance with his line, and now I'm going to be open up again, so I have now almost got that one to half strength. So I think I'm just targeting this unit right here. Okay, so he's going to be pushing his lines up, and I'm going to push my cav up in response to try to tie them up. And you can see he's got several waves of units that are going to be coming in. Now my ally does see this to the bottom, so he's going to be bringing up some units to assist, which is very good because he's got his opponent just sitting in that bottleneck. And yeah, so the player on the top is pushed all the way back to the back tree line. Now I don't know why I was pushing not to get my lights out of there quicker, but that was a really bad move on my part because I'm going to lose quite a bit when his line opens up on me. I was very slow to react to that, and I don't know why. That was a very bad move on my part. So now you can see I've dropped to 44. I'm still winning the light battle, but that was a very bad move on my part. Okay, so now my line are coming up to meet his lines, and I made a misclick and my line's going all kinds of stupid directions. So I'm pushing up my lines now to pressure his lights. And the American player is bringing 2 Minutemen and a 1st Maryland, so it's 2 very good units coming to help. Well, the Minutemen is okay, but I mean, that does a lot to help. So I'm pushing these lines up. He's got no line in the back to support, so I'll be able to shoot over the heads of my guys moving up and into the and then my guys are going to force him to move back. Now his guys are in range of me. I didn't realize that. I lost 14 men on that volley. Okay, so here goes some more shots. I think I am killing some of my own guys, which isn't brilliant, but whatever. And I did move up to where I'm getting some volleys from this line. So not the best of moves, but it is going to put pressure on his lights. Now I've dropped to 78 men there. And I've got my lights here in the back, shooting myself in the back. So bad management on my part, several ways. He is getting his men back. He's got a Grenadier unit here coming up to pressure the American player, coming up to assist me. Now I'm just still getting beat down. I only killed 1 guy on that volley. Just not going well for me. Where it started so good, it is now not so much. I just got my 2nd volley on the Grenadiers and took down another 3. So now he's got line coming up. I'm not going to win this fight. I need to push out of it. Now I am repositioning my lights, so I am out of range of them, and I'm going to be able to start whittling down this line. Okay, there I go. I start pulling out of that fight, hopefully before he gets a volley on me. He's moved his lights back, so mission accomplished there. His Grenadier has lost 11 men now. I'm going to use this unit of 57 men as a shield. And I'm going to put him in the tree line. That should make him hold out a little bit longer. I have now taken that unit down to 16 men. So that's a good move, but you can see all the waves of line that I'm going to be up against. And now the American player is on the top, which is Rock. He is starting to lay some volleys down on him, so that is good. I don't know how he got a shot on me from longer distance. And there's my line. It's going to start breaking. Over here, kind of a standstill on the bottom. The Ottoman player lost the Delhi Horseman. There goes my guy. Some of those shots are going, I don't think they're doing any damage, but they're going behind. I think I'd already lost those guys. Okay, so now I have taken that unit down to 99, all free shots. He is charging there, he's getting shot up pretty good. I'm going to push up my lines and push up my dragoons. As my ally is shifting some Minutemen to the choke point. I've got my Grenadiers still in the back, and now I'm remembering this a little bit better. This is Luke 15. He is the French player on the hill. As he has made an advance, he has pushed his cav through, and I didn't realize that he was pushing his cav through. But he has managed to somehow, I have no idea how he is doing this, but he is pushing his cav through and behind the lines over here. And I've got a hussar right here that could go up and thwart it, but I'm really not paying attention. Now, okay, so over here on this side, I'll kind of flip so we can see what's going on a little bit more. You can see my ally is in the tree, so he's doing very good there, and my opponent is bringing his, Luke on the hill is bringing up his lights. He'll be able to unleash on us there, as his cav is almost broke here. This is Lancer cav, and he doesn't know about my hussars, thank goodness. But we are putting a hurting on him at this spot right here. And I unleashed my hussars onto his lights, and just as a diversion, I wanted to keep him off balance from using his lights on me. And I am moving up my lights now again, where I had pulled him back. I don't think I showed that. You can see he's got his cav all the way in the back now. And now I'm going to push my lines up with that distraction. Any of his shots are going to be shooting at my cav, so he's spinning his shots. Gives me an opportunity to push up. I was a little slow in that. I should have pushed up quicker. So, yeah. Over here, they are opening it up on this Morgan's. Lost quite a few men. Okay. I think this player is really, because this rifleman, this is not a French player. I think it is, this is Luke behind. Okay, there's his other cav, and I moved my cav out and didn't even know he was there. So I'm going to use this cav again as another distraction. And I'm moving my cav up to shoot more, and yeah, so we can kind of see what's going on here. Taking them down to 76 already. The Prussians do reload a little quicker, and over here this is not going to bode well for me. We'll get this terrible action in full view. They're just taking a break, smoking some cigarettes, and bracing for what's coming in their rear. And yeah, that's painful to watch. Just got mowed over. So he got his charge in, pulled out. He's going to get another charge. This is a way to use Lancers the right way. You get your charge in, pull out, and go for another charge. Okay, so up here you can see all this firepower in this section is unloading on them heavily, and I'm doing again the same tactic I did before. I'm pushing my cav up to fire into his, I mean not fire, but to run into his lights to put more damage. I got that one down to 17, and also to cause a distraction. He's got to react with his cav against my cav, where I'm using my other cav to shoot and whittle down his other men. So it causes him not to be able to use his units the way he might want to. And over here, I'm about to get it again. Oh, jeez. Just dropped the 38 men. Now he's pushing. I think he's going to push through me. As I'm moving up my grenadiers, I have no idea. I'm totally clueless. Nobody is bothered to tell me that anybody's behind me, so I'm paying attention on this massive fight here. So their distraction is going to work pretty well, as he's basically reloading for another charge on me. Not my best moment there. But in this spot, you can see I've got my lights now in front, and we are whittling away the French player. And I do now see the French cav, I think. Nope. Let's see. Still don't see him. Still nothing. There it goes again. Okay, there. Maybe. Nope. God. It's just not good. Luckily, he didn't have a whole lot of men. Took a grenadier unit down to half strength without getting any action. Okay, so you can see I have routed out several of the French players' men. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 units routing off the field. And there's about to be some more. We have whittled the grenadier down to 29 men. Now I've seen it, thank goodness, and I am reacting with my grenadiers finally, and now also my second hussars. And I've got 2 general bodyguards units as well in reserves. Okay, so over here we have completely collapsed this flank. The American player and myself have managed to completely shatter this flank, and you can see he's had some units here that are damaged. They didn't come out of that unscathed. He's got 3 more grenadier units, so he came with quite a few grenadiers, as we are about to break that line infantry there. And here goes his grenadier that was holding this flank, and the American player is now coming up in support. He's got his Morgans and a grenadier, 2 grenadier units coming up in support. As I was luckily helped quite a bit by my allies, we have now routed out 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 French units, and I have lost 2 of my cav units. Here comes another charge. And luckily I did see it, so I'm charging 2 with my grenadiers. So on that charge I lost 1 man, and he lost 3. So I got the better of that. Now my hussars are going to get in on the action. Okay. Now with that, my ally is going to make an advance on the French position, and you can see that advance. And down here looks as though this is a pretty big knockout drag-out fight. He's got a militia as a meat shield, and he is tearing up these Palestinians. not doing much damage on these archers, but you can see the attack here. And the Ottoman player is helping the American player a little bit, looks here. And they did have the long advantage here, but that looks like it is flipped. Too bad I didn't see how that happened. But that can be a lot from, you know, using all your units to target one. Okay, so I'm going to use one of my lights to go up here and shoot up the French position right here on the hill, as my ally is taking a little beating from the French player on the hill, which is Luke. So I'm going to rush my dragoons up to lay down some covering fire for his withdrawal. And over here in the background you can see me continuing to shoot up riflemen. So here goes the line infantry there, and my line infantry is a meat shield coming up. Okay, and we'll kind of watch this. I think the French players already expended all their shots. So there's my beloved Bulkleys in the hands of the enemy. Okay, so there, I got my meat shield right there. They're 33. Let's see how well they do. There we go. Nice volley. Shredded them pretty good. There goes another volley. Hit the French player pretty good with that. And my meat shield doing its purpose. Just using that as a distraction. I probably could have saved it, but I'm now going to pull out of that, and I came out of that fight pretty unscathed for the most part. Got my Jaeger right here firing into him up on the hill. You can see my meat shield handled himself pretty well. French players coming up to try and shoot my lights. So now they're coming up into the field of fire. You can see all the dead here of the French player before. There's about to be some more. Okay. And the Prussian player here has taken the trees. And the Ottoman player is putting up pretty good stiff resistance. I'm not sure what the American player is doing, but we've been getting assaulted in the center by both the center players repeatedly, and it's been a war of attrition here. So what I'm going to do here, I think I'm going to bring my lights up into the cracks here and shoot between the cracks in a second. If I remember. Okay, so here goes my meat shield routing off. And still got my hussars. Lost 4 men against that cav unit. My 2 generals over here. The American player has shifted his 2 lines that were assisting me over here to use as a flanking force against his opponent, as his opponent is now coming up into the tree line here. And basically this looks almost like a suicide march, as they are coming into all this Marine fire and Minutemen fire, and it's not looking like it's going to go well for him. He doesn't have the firepower that the other player has, He's got 2 Marines, but it's nothing compared to 2 Marines, a Minuteman, and another Minuteman in the trees. Over here, he's got a Marine and another Marine, but he's also going to face fire from another Minuteman and another Minuteman there. Okay, so up here, again, I've put all my lights here. I have range of fire for the open field, so I am taking free shots right now on my opponent. And my opponent can do nothing except for basically die. As, come on. I think I'm focusing fire on this guy. And this guy. Yeah, I guess both of them. Okay, so over here, I've got my Grenadiers on this flank. And my Dragoons over here helping. And they had a cav charge here. I'm going to press my precious 2nd Hussars in and help with this cav fight. Hit them in the back. Okay. And then I am going to press forward and I'm going to try and break this line here and then push into these lights. That's the plan, anywhere to break this flank, but I do have some darn mistakes behind that, but I'm using this as a diversion so my ally can you know, regroup on this flank because he was losing this flank at the moment. So you can see here I have broke through with my Hussars. I am taking a lot of fire, but they are going to, I believe, break this line here. And I am getting into the green jacket. And my hope is I can knock both of these units off the map pretty quick, because if they rout, they go right off the map. And the French cav is about to rout as well. So I'm bringing up my spare general as well to help. So I'm using my 2 units here again to help even up the fight a little bit on this side. As you can see, I am pushing now through with my Hussars. My opponent, Luke, he does see that. He moves his one of his Truleurs out of the way. As my Hussars are now about to break, but here comes my general, smashing through this line. Getting some kills there. I'm smashing through to get to this unit here. As I get some kills there. The Truleurs are pretty darn good in melee, but I am at least taking a few of them out. There goes my Hussars. And you can see I have done some decent damage. Not great, but at least I've tied up all those units. Let's see, that one's about to break. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 units I've tied up with my cav charge. Every one of his units on the flank. So it's a great distraction. Over here, you can see the fight has gotten intense. I have my Grenadiers over here on this flank will win that fight. Okay, that was I must be fighting Kara in the center, as I just killed his general, and I used my cav to charge in because he pushed his cav into me. react and you can see his other cav units have pushed into me as one of my line routes. Let's see, this line right here I am hitting with my general, so I put all in, and his light dragoon there is about to rout. Meanwhile, on this flank, still got those depleted units that I tried to knock off the map, so I could have probably done better with that attack. And this might be me dead. It is. I died. Okay. The American player is pretty much toast here in the enemy center. He's got quite a few depleted units, while our American ally will now be pressing to wipe him out and completely trap in the Ottoman player. Where I am now charging my dragoons through the lines, and then I'll be able to come back in the back of them. So you can see I did lose one of my Jaegers, but his cav charge is now running out of steam. He had winged hussars and hussar, and he did get in the back of my grenadiers, but it will not help him. Okay, so I got 13 Jaegers here, and I've got 2 line units that are still putting some fire down on them, that the units that are trying to face my dragoons that are in the back now. And he is almost completely gone here. There goes one of his cav units, and he's about to lose another. He is shooting me up with this line infantry in the process, but I'm not taking much damage. Now here comes my extra men. This fight is not going so well on the hill. He is doing a nice job with the cav as support while his lines pull back, and he'll have the hill as a little bit of a shield. And he does have 3 line here holding up that flank. So the center we have almost completely won, as this American player on the opponent's side is about to completely be wiped out. Okay. There goes my 2 dragoon units. I want to save those. He does have that winged hussar that broke through and is now in pursuit of me. Whereas this line, I have now decided to melee charge with my grenadiers, as that's a fight I can win. This flank is being pressed now with a tremendous amount of men. That Bulkley is down to 24. He's going to break. So their flank unit is about to break. If I can break this, I can send my grenadiers up here to help. And now the Morgans over here are pushing up into the trees. And another enemy's general has died. That's Memories. And he must be this American player here. So he is pretty much gone. And now I have lost this unit because of the fire from the Morgans. And he's going to unwisely charge at my dragoons with his winged hussars. Let's see if we can watch them drop. Stop, drop, and roll. Here comes the charge. Gonna get him in the back. maybe? That line is somehow holding out against me. Definitely don't want that Morgan's coming up on my flank and shooting me up, taking out more of my units. About to break these grenadiers in this line here. Okay, there goes the grenadiers. Here comes my cav. My Jaegers are probably going to focus on the Hussars, I believe. I'm going to shoot in the back of these guys, probably. Yep. That should break them. Here we go. Okay. They're toast. And I am shooting those with my Jaegers. And here comes the charge on the Morgans. This should be brilliant. Oh yeah, it's gonna be on. Right down the side. Oh, there goes one. On your back. That should put the Morgans out. And he did take out my Jaegers with his Hussars. But now I am opening up with my line as my Cav is taking off all other units. These Morgans are still holding out. There goes the Hussars. And that line is still holding out. I don't get it. Against 3 units of Grenadiers. Okay. And that unit has held me up from supporting my ally. So now I've got 1 line, 3 Grenadiers, and 2 Hussars. And maybe 1 Jaeger somewhere. Oh yeah, that's a Jaeger and 2 Grenadiers. My ally is coming through the Valley of Death, and he has a few units here holding up, and he is shredding those. And this whole flank will be collapsed. And he'll be able to take this and start pushing the Ottoman player back. And it's not too small of a time, too, because the Ottoman player is whittling down our Prussian ally, who is playing really as America. So all kinds of deceit here. Alright. There goes that unit, and the collapse of that flank has happened. Okay. So now I'm trying to come around our opponent. My ally has thrown his cav in as a distraction to tie up all these 5 units here. And I've got to do something in a hurry, so I've got already 1 of my cav coming in. Okay, I shoot on this guy, that should break him. And Unbelievably, they're still hanging in. Here goes a downhill charge on this line. Gotta go flying. So we got 2 men on that. Not great, but they didn't have a whole lot, so here I gotta charge on his line before they can shoot. So I'm gonna push right through all these lines. That ties up all 3 as he gets to shoot freely on them. That's gonna help a lot there. But this cav is doing a lot to him. Now this line is going to be able to shoot into the cav, which is not good. I'm going to be trying to come up behind, but unfortunately he's got all weaker units. Okay, my cav is about to rout. But again, at least his guards are still shooting into these Truleurs, and it's going to take them a second to reform and reload and fire. All the while, I'm coming up behind. Here comes another cav charge. That line infantry there has totally knocked out our cav. Okay, he's opening up on this line. It's going to be short work on him. I've got to hurry it up and get up there. Okay, he does get a volley on me before I get my charge. Luckily, I do have 19 men to push through onto his cav, and that allows the guards to come up and help. And this is tying up him on some more time. This cav is about to now be free to roam, though. I do have a line that came up behind, and that line is going to be able to shoot into the back of his men. Hidden and lurking into the woods. Hurry up and blast them, boys. Don't tell me you gotta reload. Slowpokes. Gosh. What terrible timing. You think they could have loaded earlier. Okay, now that they're out of range, jeez, that's terrible. So now I gotta push forward. Here's my Dragoon unit here in the trees. And there's... So we busted up all those. He did lose his guard. This fight up here was definitely a fight of attrition. Okay. Here goes my charge on his lights. They're just like easy targets for me. My Dragoons are just like light killers this game, killing Morgans and Green Jackets, and they're trying to wheel around to fire, but it's gonna be too late, boys. It's too late for you. Now turn around. It's coming. Bend over, too. So you're done for. That's my grenadiers in the back. My line took his shot, and now I'm going to charge in the back because this line is shooting me up. And I got a grenadier unit here. That helps push him out of the way. And hopefully I can lob some grenades on him. My charge went awry. Give him the bayonet, boys. Get some in the back. Maybe. Weak charge. And yeah, I threw my grenades and they killed my own guys. Because I didn't kill one of his. That's pretty bad. Okay. Lob some more, boys. Lob some more. Way to not do good. So now here comes a counter charge. Oh goodness. This fight is just taking forever. I got countercharged there. My grenadiers on the hill, chilling out. I lost my cav. His Trillers won that fight, but he is getting some nice shots on this unit here. Now my grenadiers are gone. Made short work of me. I killed one of his guys there on that one. That was just awful. Bloody awful. Okay. Down here, not really much to report. The Oddman player has done a really nice job. Our ally here has some dragoons and a long rifle and a marine. And he's been now supported by a very healthy, and he's got one long rifle here. He's got some suppressing fire coming on that Palestinian auxiliaries coming after him, and he's got the general bodyguard coming to do a sweet charge through the spikes. Yeah, mow him down, boys. They're goners. Okay, so I'm going to fast forward this now, as this battle is pretty much good game. Luke won that fight up at the hill. He's knocked all of us out except for, I've got I think 2 units, but his ally needs his help, so he's coming down. So that's kind of what's going on here. And my allies are just kind of, using their long advantage against them. You can see the shots coming out of trees as they take one unit out at a time. Cairo Janissaries there, and then can't get a fix on this. This must be Cav. Slow it back down. Yeah, or no. His rifles must be out of ammo, so he's charging them in. Okay. So this, fast forward this again. Okay. Yeah, not much going on. Okay, now it looks like we're getting some movement. Probably be editing down this battle a little bit. Okay. Okay. Here's the retreat, or the Luke coming to assist while I am in hot pursuit. Okay. Looks like he's trying to set up here to get himself some extra kills. But it is over. Too much firepower. Okay, Luke has now come over here on the flank. He's going to hit all these units without them knowing it. Late for that general. Drops him down 10 men. He's got one unit holding me up, as all I have left is 33 grenadiers and 15 Jaegers. This fight is taking way long. Now he's going to be able to shoot up these Minutemen back. Okay, I managed to finally rout out his Schlurs in the back, I think. He's finally noticed he's in the back. Okay. And it's pretty much over for the Ottoman player. There goes. He's down to 2 units now. He's got a pretty good full-size unit there. There's just too many men though. This Minutemen take a shot and then haul it out. Just taken to the trees. So I finally get up. Luke, being the gentleman he is going to come and kill me. My poor exhausted men. Try to form up and get a shot off. Look at them, they're beat. They're like, I can't feel my legs. Okay, so let's see what kind of damage we do. Start off with 55, 82, and 42. Yep, gotta reload. My grenadiers are still back there. They're like, we're tired. Still haven't fired a shot. Still nothing. They're about to open up. Better hurry. Okay, one guy's ready. Got one guy. Two guys now. It's terrible. My grenadier's finally in range. Okay, I got 4 now. Okay, boys. They're about to open up on us. A lot of reloading. There we go. A little bit of fire going on. They're starting to shoot back at me. It's over now. Can't even shoot straight. Putting a little damage on them, but they're really putting it on me. And there I go. I'm dead. Alright. But here come my allies through the trees. Luke put valiant effort forward, but it's not going to be enough. He's about to get shot now. Maybe. He's repositioning. They're doing all kinds of craziness here. Back and forth, back and forth. Got a first Maryland too. Oof. He's got barely any shots off. He got so many men killed. See how this unit fares. Yeah, some of his guys aren't going to get to shoot. They're out of here. Okay, good game. Long game. Good gracious. Very long game. But it was pretty fun. Okay, and there it is. So I killed 1327. The governor was one of the American players on the bottom. Rock was the one on the top, I think. And so governor had 1653 kills. Ottoman had 822. Rock had 958, Luke had 1536, Cappy had 1290, Kara 856, and Memory had 731. Thanks again, everyone. Please like and subscribe.